Hello and welcome to this review for the game Llamaland. And it's in quite small print in white, so I don't think you can see it. But the game is made by the designer Phil Walker Harding. It says so on the box. Phil Walker Harding. I would like to mention the designer, which I normally don't do. I've got another game of him right here, Bear Park. I've also got the game Imhotep. I've got videos already out of both games. Imhotep is quite a different game, but up till now, for me personally, every Phil Walker Harding game has something in common, and that is they are easy to explain and they are good. They are fun games. Often they're also not too long, between 30, 45 minutes. Yeah, and it's not that they're simple games. They can have some complexity, but explaining to people how the games are played is quite easy to do with games that he has created. The tutorial that I made is 12 minutes long, and that was actually me. Normally I try to skip particular details to not make a video too long, but in this case I went for almost anything there was to say about it if you're playing the game for the first time, because the game does come with an extra set of cards, but that's for when you've played it a couple of times and you want to make it more difficult. The rulebook also has two options to make it more complex, but you'll see that when you've played the game a couple of times. But the thing that I was also surprised about is that since Phil Walker Harding is a celebrity within the board gaming world, since he makes quite a lot of games and they're good games, that there is, at this moment, July 2021, there isn't almost nothing to find on Llamaland when it comes to tutorials. Video tutorials. There was one unboxing video in Spanish, and on the day that I bought this game, a few days ago, someone uploaded a short tutorial and maybe partially review, a 5-minute video in French, and that's all I could find on Llamaland so far. It's like, imagine Lady Gaga comes with a new album, and when the album is out, all you can find about it is 2 videos in a non-English language. I mean, not that they have to be in English, but since it's like the main language on the international language for Earth, you would expect there to be more videos. And I think that's the publisher's choice. Most board games have multiple publishers. Here in the Netherlands, where I live, it's 999 Games, and Llamaland is also published by Lookout Games, Lookout Spiele, and there's one other publisher, I believe. Yeah, it was their choice to not give out any review copies. I really don't know, but the owner of the game store where I usually get my new editions sent me a message. He was so confused about it. He normally does not do that, but in this case he sent me a message saying, I have this game by Phil Walker Harding, and I just looked online and I couldn't really find anything. So if this sounds interesting, I'll set a copy aside for you, and then you can be the one who makes videos. And yeah, I do like making videos of games that don't really have that many other videos, because it helps me get new subscribers. Right now I'm at 200 and I'm very happy about that. Yeah, usually I can't really get away with that when it's a famous designer. In this case it's Phil Walker Harding. No idea why right now my videos are the only 3 English language videos on them, on YouTube. So no idea why, but that is why I did want to mention his name, because in my opinion he deserves to get more attention for every single game he releases, not just this one or that one, but Llamaland is one of them. It's completely new, it's a good game, it's fun, so here we go. Attention on Llamaland. Anyway, so let's get to the game. The game itself, the box, the components, they're all fine. They're nothing exceptional. They're also not bad. It's just good stuff, a good box. The quality of the components and the cards are fine. The only thing I did thought stood out a bit was the scoring sheet, where you write down your points at the end of the game. That this is all it is. It's quite a thin booklet. Now, there are many people who have way more board games than I do, but I still think that with closing in on 150 games, I've got quite a nice collection, and that also means you don't play the same game over and over and over and over. You might play one multiple times, but at some point you do play other games as well. Yeah, so maybe I will never actually finish this whole scoring sheet because I've got so many other games to play as well. Plus you've got new games coming in all the time, but still it made me a little nervous. I don't want to worry about the future where I'm running out of paper to write on, that I have to start writing in pencil to erase what I already wrote. So, and since it's paper, I think that may be the cheapest thing to put in a game box. It could have been a little bigger, but that's my opinion. I'm sure designer Phil Walker Harding has no say on that whatsoever. It's the publisher's choice, but yeah, in the future, please, a little more paper than this. Even if we're never going to use it, at least I'm not going to worry about what if. The game itself, I'm not going to explain how it's played. I already have 2 separate videos for that. So if you're interested to see what's in the box and how the game is played, please watch the setup video or the tutorial video. And then you can also take a good look at what's left at the end, because that's one thing I like. I'll mention it later. But how the game is played, as always with his games like I'm used to, it's very easy to understand, easy to explain, fun to play, about 30 minutes in playing time again, and it does have some complexity. Easy to complain, but you can sort of decide, how am I going to do this? What am I going to focus on? You can keep an eye on other players, what they're doing. You don't need to verbally interact with each other for the sake of the game. You can speak with each other. Of course, it's not a game where you're not allowed to speak, but you can fix on your own thing, but you can keep an eye on the other ones, how they're doing and maybe what they're up to. The only thing I didn't quite understand why it is as it is the bonus cards. I understand how you use them. You've got 4 little markers in your own player color. You choose that at the start of the game. I want to be yellow, okay. You get 4 yellow tiny tokens. And during your turn, if you want, you can place one of those markers on bonus cards. And what I thought was a fun, different thing is that normally a card, when you have this type of mechanism, the rules are, if you have this, then you can put your marker on it and you'll get those points at the end of the game. With Llamaland, it's like you can put your marker there. I don't care if you have it or not. That's your problem at the end of the game. So that's nice. But what I don't really understand then is, if at the end of the game you didn't reach the goal, there is no penalty for it. There's no punishment. You can block a score for someone else, and all you pay for it is that you don't get the points, but you don't get any minus points. Maybe it was this way before, I don't know. They test these games dozens of times, hundreds of times, maybe 1,000 times, I don't know. But maybe they did try it out if a player didn't have any, if a player had a marker on a bonus card but didn't get the requirements at the end of the game, that you lost those points, but it wasn't a fun game that way. I don't really understand. But you do have the possibility to just move your markers around during your turn. You can do it once per turn. You can put them on there, or you can take one of them that's already there and put them on a different space or on a different card. It's up to you. So that's all a bit more unusual and original to me, which I like, but I didn't understand that there wasn't a penalty for blocking another player from getting the higher points, because if you put your marker on the top space, getting the most points, another player cannot put a marker there. They have to put it on the next space, which also gives you points at the end of the game, but less. Yeah, so you're just basically blocking another player for the sake of blocking another player. So that one I didn't really get. But again, maybe it's tested and it didn't work out that way. Or in the future, when I've played this game a couple of times, I can try it out as a house rule and see how that goes. But the rulebook also offers some options to make it difficult in the way it's described in the rulebook. But that's it. So coming back to what I said, at the end of the game, when it's over, what I like, it's not a reason why you should buy this game, but it's a nice bonus that comes with it, is I like the end result. During the game, you just place your tiles, and you don't have to, but it is the object of the game to build levels. Because as soon as you put something on top of it, you get stuff, and you can spend that stuff to get points. That's the point of the game. Plus, bonus cards also give you extra points for having made particular layers and putting llamas on them. So what you end up with is this little bit of landscape. It's cardboard, it's square, but it looks fun. You've just got this little square hill with little llamas on it. So I did like that. It's fun to look at. You don't just put everything back in the box. You give it a moment to look at it. If this game is picked up by a lot of players, I think you'll see a lot of pictures that are close-up of the little Peruvian landscape that they made during the game. So I'll leave you at that. The review is already longer than the tutorial, but I just really wanted to bring some attention to this game, because I don't understand why there aren't more videos of this game, since it's made by Phil Walker Harding. I don't know him. I would love to do a Q&A in the future if he's up for it, but since I'm not someone who has thousands of followers, I'm a bit apprehensive with sending a message to someone like that. Can I interview you? So in the future, maybe, but I'm not sponsored. I paid to get my copy from the shop. But I think that it just deserves more attention, and hopefully, who knows, in a month from now there'll be an explosion of videos about Llamaland and people are talking about it, but right now not yet, and I just want to do my part. Anyway, thank you for watching this review. Today is also the day that I got my 200th subscriber, which I'm very happy about. Every single subscriber, I really appreciate it. Especially since I don't have that many yet. I can't keep track of the number going up, and I'm not getting paid for it. I'm doing it for free. It is quite a lot of work, including my Facebook page, on which I do write game-related articles, sometimes a bit of fluff, or I explain mechanisms. Anyway, I do enjoy doing that, but it takes up quite a bit of time. So I'm happy that it's paying off by more and more people finding my channel. I'm also very happy reading the comments that the reason why I make these videos is working. The idea is watch my video and then you're ready. You really understand the game. It's not like, no, yeah, I sort of understand how it goes. No, you get it. You really get it as much as you can. So yeah, I'm very happy about that. And if it doesn't work for you that way, well, then you don't have a click with the way I explain. But that's not a bad thing. Luckily, there are so many tutorial channels that there has to be one that you can find a click with. But I'm happy with my 200 for today, and I hope it keeps growing and growing. So feel free to leave any comment that you like, and see you for the next video.